Okay, big dog. I'm ready to podcast, baby. Let's fucking go.
Okay, it's big dog hours now. No loser ass guests. No G-Eazy.
Fuck guests, dog. None of my homies like guests.
Guests are really bad.
You know what the problem is, Jason? When your podcast becomes successful and you're getting a higher tier of guests, you know, I think they feel a little more comfortable, you know, rescheduling than some of these friends and media personalities that we also have on the podcast.
The blessing and the curse of having higher profile guests who are busy with things to do. So, you know, I can't really complain too much, right? You can.
No, I would never.
You can find a way.
No one loves high profile stuff more than me.
Just high profile stuff. That's it.
Yeah, just high profile shit, bro. But yeah, I mean, big day today so far. You know, we're getting this Yashar Ali LA Times profile that's fucking scammer. Kanye West is dating Ariana Shake, Bradley Cooper's ex.
Is he really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, bro. They've been loved up, dog. They got photo together. He's smiling too. His little fat ass grinning because he's getting some new tail. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait. Her name is Ariana what?
Shake. You know who? She's like a famous supermodel.
Yeah, I know the name. Oh, okay. Yeah. She looks like she has less work done than Kim Kardashian. I'll say that.
Well, that's possible. She's 35 too, age appropriate. You know what I mean?
That's possible.
I mean,
that's possible.
I don't know, bro. I'm not an expert.
There are Sweet Green locations opening that have less work done than Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to the homies at Sweet Green. Just had to. It's becoming a challenge to see how we can work that fine establishment into our conversation. You know, we want to keep upping the difficulty level. So yeah, we'll make it about Kim Kardashian, sure.
Shout out to the whole Kardashian family. I know you're listening.
You know, do you think Kanye is ever going to just land on a partner and be with them forever?
Bro.
His Cybertruck is moving at such a breakneck speed that you're never going to be able to find a life partner. And,
look,
I mean,
fam,
does he even want a life partner, you know?
No, bro. Is
that even in his strategy?
He wants a chick to jump in the Cybertruck, you know, go a few exits down the road and then hop out the side. He's basically picking up model hitchhikers in the Cybertruck. That's really what it's like. And everybody's got to stop on the train, Jason. You know how it goes, you know?
I know how it goes. But at a certain point, it doesn't matter how much money Kanye West has. You know, he will get a certain age and he won't be able to get his pick of the litter at a certain point is what I'm saying. He won't be able to date these super bad supermodels.
If you're rich and famous, you good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also people are just like, you know, like sure, dating a rich person is exciting and fun for many obvious reasons, but then you're like, is it worth it to deal with a Kanye? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many like Bitcoin billionaires now. You know, they're dorky or they're not as fun and cool and exciting, but they're also not as like just exhausting to be with as, you know, a Kanye might be.
Yeah, but you got to understand that a guy like Kanye who is I feel like when he wants to be, he's so charming and compelling, and that period of a relationship could last, you know, 6 months maybe if he's feeling good.
The honeymoon?
Yeah, and then he keeps moving, bro. It's all good. Like I said, the Cybertruck pulls over, you know, he picks one up, drives down the road 6 months and drops them off.
Mm-hmm. All we can do is hope that there's a charging station in Calabasas.
all we can do, pray that there's a charging station. They're on vacation together in France.
Okay.
What do you think, Bradley Cooper? I hope Bradley Cooper called his sponsor. I don't want him, you know, back on the sauce because he sees Kanye busting down his ex. That's not even his ex. That's his baby mama, dog.
Oh no. I think Bradley is fine.
Well, he's fine because he's gay, but so is Kanye. So you tell me. Maybe this is a cover for Bradley and Kanye to be Smid-Ashley.
I think. Okay, that's 5D. I was about to dismiss that and move on, but now I'm like, oh.
Come on, dog. You know that I'm thinking I'm different. Okay, I'm much like Kanye. I'm different.
His mind and his is you. Yeah, is this a long game for Kanye because he wants the real prize on the end of the line? B-Rad. But I think more women want to be, or more people in general probably would want Bradley Cooper than Kanye.
I mean, look, man, Bradley Cooper's got a hairpiece, but Kanye's been packing on the pounds. I feel like they're both very good at what they do when they want to be. I just can't think of I would probably, I guess I celebrate Kanye's catalog a little more than Bradley's, just because I'm more of a music cat.
Yeah, of course. But Bradley is like a sex symbol, Like everyone likes a slice of Bradley.
I think he was. Unfortunately, the way sex symbol stuff works is, Jason, once you get older, it kind of fades. Unfortunately, because of the ills of society, men are allowed to age more than women, which is unfortunate. But
I've read that
Bradley Cooper isn't like he's in that in between phase, much like you and I, where he's not a young stud, but he's also not a silver fox. He's just a dude.
Yeah. He's in hottie purgatory.
But he's also rich and famous. So again, that kind of changes the playing field a bit.
Yeah. I mean, and also we only know about Kanye's psychological difficulties because it's so publicized. But for all we know, Bradley's bipolar could make Kanye look like the most well-adjusted person in the world.
That's a good point. Look, these guys are both fucking freaks. You know what I'm saying? And Irina seems to have a type, you know what I'm saying? Because she likes him rich and famous.
Yeah, she's one of those weird people that likes rich, famous celebrities.
Yeah, it is weird. I guess if you're that hot, though, she's not really my flavor, but obviously she's hot, so it's kind of like, what else do you do? I mean, you could go like the Mariah Carey route or Janet Jackson route and marry just some freak billionaire who definitely has sold blood diamonds and children.
Okay. I thought you were going a different freak route. I thought you were going like Sinead O'Connor type of thing, but you're talking about like a Republican freak.
The other route for a woman of this caliber is to marry like a Steve Bing type. You know what I mean? Like a guy who's just like, I don't know, this guy's worth $100 million. Like he lives in the south of France. Like no one really knows what he actually does. But he can afford a model wife.
I just like the idea of going into a bank and being like, well, you have been approved for, you have been pre-approved for. Well, how many followers? I mean. You're pre-approved for a supermodel with up to, but not exceeding 7.9 followers. 7.9 mil.
Yeah, 7.9 mil, of course. But yeah,
and you're like, that's okay.
Look, I believe, not only did Kanye release his blue trash bag jacket that's a ripoff of Norma Kamali, and it cost $200, and it's selling like crazy because people are terrible.
Just in time for summer.
I know. Do you think this Kanye West, this new music, is going to be something you put on your sticks for a pool party vibe, or do you think it's going to be a little more dark and sinister like some of his previous work?
I mean, as a Kanye aficionado of a certain musical type, we're all always hoping for a twisted fantasy. I don't think he's ever going to enter a party gold digger type of musical direction ever again. You know what I mean? I just don't see that happening. It doesn't look like he has fun anymore.
What if Arena reignites his love for fun? Because that could happen.
I mean, that's best case scenario.
What if he's getting pissy on the champagne in France right now and he's calling Mike Dean saying, bro, I need you. Come here. Let's lay some shit down. Arena got me sprizong. And I want to get in the booth.
I don't think Dean's going to do it. I think Dean, he's too sedated to do that. He's going to have to call like Will.i.am or something like that. Like we need to do something more.
We do not need that.
To take a word out of your playbook, something more anthemic.
I just don't know. I have so many theories about Kanye where I think he can turn it on when he wants to, but at a certain point, do you lose that?
Do those nerve endings burn off at some point?
I'm more interested in his weight fluctuation, his fashion excursions, his divorce.
I'm interested in him wearing Nikes.
Yeah, bro, he busted out the old Vandal. You remember when Vandals were hot, right? When people were wearing, Vandals are like a high top canvas Nike that has a Velcro strap. But back in the day, the popular one was like a silver shoe with like a red swoosh and a red, white, and blue strap, which I'm sure you had those in a set because they made those for you probably in your size.
I definitely did not have those shoes. I've noticed that, and like the Nike Blazer seems to be a style worn by TikTokers. Have you seen that?
Yeah, the Blazer. I mean, the Blazer was hot in the aughts. I had many pairs of Blazers in different flavors, of course. GR only. You know what I'm saying? Foot Locker specials. I don't fuck with your little limited release joints. But I do. I didn't know those were a TikToker. I didn't know the TikTokers were wearing those.
I see it a lot, just like hot guys who wear hoodies and shorts as their only thing, and then they wear like crispy white socks, and they got a blazer. It's kind of common. I see it a lot of just like college-aged teens at the airport. The cyclical silhouettes of the Nike shoe company never cease to amaze me.
I mean, luckily they're the best that's ever done it, so it's no problem, for them to rehash. But I also read another great article yesterday by Taylor Lorenz that was 10,000 words about how we should all feel bad for TikTokers being burned out from creating too much content and how much pressure they're under to create content. I cannot believe that is even something we're talking about.
I can't believe there is a moment where we were considering having her on our podcast as a guest.
Well, I mean, at this point, I would like it even more to have her defend this kind of thing, because it's like, why should I feel bad?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why should I feel bad for a 16-year-old that dances in place in his mansion and makes more money than me? Why on earth should I care about their mental health? Like, we got to draw the line somewhere.
Doesn't make more money than you. It makes more money than pretty much everyone.
Yes, but it's literally, so long. I mean, obviously I skimmed it because I didn't want to rot my brain even more than it already is, but it's just like, and I mean, I understand this is her beat, and like, of course you do what you got to do, but I just think that the levels of sympathy we're supposed to have for people these days is just insane.
Look, if you can't sympathize for the plight of us influencers, Chris, of us content creators,
I know that you did.
That's on you.
I know that you did burn the roof of your mouth after drinking coffee that was too hot with your layered superfoods in it, and I did feel bad for you because your palate's kind of your thing. But I do know that you have recovered mercifully.
Without that, I am nothing. But I mean, so what? Was there like any information other than whatever that you can't just get from reading the headline from that? Like, is there...
No, not really. It's basically just like, yeah, the pressure, and like if the algorithm changes or if I don't make a video for a while, I lose followers. It's like, yeah, bitch, that's what you signed up for. What the fuck do you think this is? Like, this shit ain't charity, bro. Like, if you create a following and you make money off it, you got to feed the beast.
I'll write an article about how if you don't show up at your job, they stop giving you money.
I don't understand why we should feel bad because they're teenagers. Like, teenagers are adults now.
I do feel bad a little bit for the teenager.
Why?
I mean, just because their brains are not fully developed and they kind of have to make decisions that are going to change the rest of their lives, so early on, and it's so hard to resist the temptation of making all this money, even if it means that your life and brain are going to be rotted from the inside out.
You know what fixes mental health problems, Jason? Money. That's how you afford the therapist.
Let's ask Free Britney how that's all going.
Well, Free Britney's dad doesn't let her have a therapist.
I guess she doesn't have the money or the
therapist. She doesn't have the... No, but I mean,
she hasn't been able to touch that yet. But no, I mean, I agree with that, but also this is a problem that has existed for a long time. Young people have had to make decisions that are going to affect the rest of their life detrimentally.
I would rather make a decision on should I make a milli for doing a silly dance, or which college should I go to, and my parents are going to debt to send me there. What decision would you rather make?
Yeah, that was kind of the example I was going to set of, like I guess I've been forced and pressured by society to go to school and owe $300,000. That's unforgivable, and you can't file bankruptcy or anything like that. It's just like to start off in life where $1 million house is a piece of shit. Also, figure out how to pay back $398,000 in debt.
Luckily, you were on academic scholarship at Orange County Community College for 2 semesters. So I'm glad that none of this how long gone ducats are being siphoned into a payback scam.
It was more 2 weeks than 2 semesters, but yeah, same sentiment.
Bro, they still charge you. I know you had to buy the books too. You know what I'm saying? I know you hit Barnes and Noble and had to cop up.
I did have to buy the books. I got them used though, and when I
cheap TJ move.
When I resold them, luckily they were still still in mint condition, so I was pretty much able to get the same.
You're like, look, I know these were used once, but I didn't open them. Like, I didn't even open them. So we got to do better on the price here, you know.
Yeah, don't be a fool and open up those books.
It's very hard for me to feel any sympathy for rich people of any kind. Like the interest, it was like when Bill Gates was getting this divorce, and the interest in that, I'm like, why do you guys care about this so much? Like, I don't give a fuck about Bill Gates one way or the other. I don't care if Bill Gates is smashing his high school girlfriend. He's rich. Who cares? Like, what do you think he's going to do?
When you have that option, and even if you know the consequences, even if you know it's really bad for your mental health, most people are still going to make the decision to, become a content creator. Even if they know it's going to fuck them up. We watch so many documentary movies about whatever path you take, whether it's getting hundreds of thousands in student loan debt or becoming a professional athlete and then, shooting your family because you got hit in the head too many times.
Don't come for me.
Or being an influencer and getting canceled and, because you have a photo of yourself from high school dressing up as a chola or whatever it is. Like,
it's all bad. It's just all bad.
If it's all bad, then why wouldn't you just take your chances? Like, it's either that or just exist in mediocrity, and that is the worst thing a young person could ever do nowadays. Like, that's what people fear the most.
Yeah, of course.
Just being normal.
Yeah, I mean, being normal sounds terrible, but I mean, no, but I mean, you're right though. It's just kind of all bad.
Yeah, whatever option you take is fucked. So you might as well do the one that's going to make you rich. And then, cross your fingers, hopefully figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, don't worry. I will continue to never watch, because David Cho sends all those TikTok videos to the group chat. I got to be honest with you, Chief. I don't click on them.
Luckily, there's gatekeepers that I follow on Instagram who will then just create these kind of carousel highlight reels, not unlike a Sports Center top 10 highlights of the day of like, these are all the TikTok videos of the week that are funny as hell. And they're all just here, and you can just look at them on your stories and be like, LOL, that was funny. Moving on. I was entertained for that 4 seconds. Instead of, but the thought of downloading the TikTok app, once you download it, you are buying the ticket, you're taking the ride, and you are being sucked into this algorithm that will control your existence. The strength of that algorithm makes whatever Instagram or Facebook is doing look like child's play.
Well, I'm staying away, TJ.
I'm staying away as well for my mental health, for my self-care.
I feel like you would dip your toe a little bit. I feel like you're not above toe dippage.
I'm never going to download TikTok.
What if Laird Superfoods ask for a,
Can't do it. It would have to be for a lot of money, which I guess brings us back to what we were talking about, the whole point of like, if they were like, hey, you also need to start doing TikTok content, I would say no, unless it's enough money to fuck up my brain, which is also just any freelance job at all of just like, hey, do you want to work on this photo shoot with this person? And the answer, instead of saying no, it should be, I will do it if it's this much money. If it's enough money to change my life for the better, because I know working on this is going to change my brain for the worst. Luckily, nobody is pressuring me to do it yet. And also, luckily, the whatever amount of money that I would request in order to have to start creating content on TikTok is never going to be an amount that they will agree to pay me anyways, due to my lackluster follower count.
What if you were really good? What if you were born to be a talker?
I mean, obviously I am.
We would never forget your reign as the boomerang king of Atwater, which seems to me like a precursor, you know what I mean? A little bit of a precursor to the TikTok movement. If you combine Vine, Boomerang, and Instagram, I believe that you have TikTok.
That's what we call a triple threat. It's like Dennis Rodman. He can do all this stuff and he pulls down boards. Well, that's a skill that separates him from other people.
Look, I do know who Dennis Rodman is, though. Thank you for that.
Hey, no problem. So you started off talking about the article in the Times about what's his name, Yashar
Ali. He's big on Twitter, of course, but he worked for Gavin Newsom, and so he's got this like political, and he was connected to a bunch of big money people. But he just like cancels people on Twitter. He writes for like fake outlets like Huffington Post, you know what I mean? But he also writes for like New York Magazine. Mm-hmm. But he's friends with he's like a Chrissy Teigen defender and shit. He came after our queen.
Who is our queen?
Allison Roman.
Okay.
But the best part about this, because I got most of the way through before we started, but the best part of the story is the first paragraph of the story is about him settling into a booth in the lobby of the Santa Monica Proper Hotel and then crying because an orphaned elephant named Luggage had died in a wildlife refuge in Kenya because he just loves animals.
Okay.
Let me tell you something that makes me fucking insane. liking animals and loving pets is not a personality. Just donate money. Don't make it your personality. Like, who cares, dude? Like, just do what you want to do.
I think there's some psychological connection to that, to people who feel the need to make it a personality trait.
I think it's also calculated for a guy like this that he knows he's such a monster and people hate him so much and he's such a clout chaser that like he thinks that like elephant sanctuaries are going to redeem him in the public eye to some people, which it probably does.
It probably does. And he's like the far end of the spectrum for that kind of thing, because there are a lot of great people who are not monsters who care about animals and want to help and support them, but it does make you wonder, like, what are you guilty about? What do you feel shame for that makes you want to let everybody know that this is a thing that you're into versus just doing it?
I mean, I guess we all do that.
You know, just virtue signaling 101.
With whatever we're into, but I think particularly animals, I feel like people really use it as like I'm so nice, look at me, I just care so much, you know?
Yeah, well, this is a voice for the voiceless positive pod. If you want to make that your entire life, go ahead. Just know that everyone else is going to look at you with a little bit of a squinty eye of just like,
Look, yeah, it's a real okay chief moment for me with your boy Yashar. The other funny thing about him is that he's got this like profile picture on Twitter, and he's basically like a fat ass. So he looks, but he's got this Twitter picture.
He's a catfisher.
He's a catfisher. He's got this Twitter picture where he's got like a hat on and a hood on, and the way he's positioned the sweatshirt, it covers his double chin. It's genius, to be honest. And then you see him appear on like a CNN or whatever. You know what I mean? This motherfucker is a big old boy.
If you look at his Twitter profile pic, first of all, yeah, he has the hat, he has the hoodie, he has the sexy thing, and you could tell there's 11 layers of Facetune going on. Mm-hmm. His cheekbones are restructured. It all has like a gloss and a sheen to it. And then if you just do a Google image, like just a picture of him when you Google it, he makes DJ Khaled look like a ultra marathon runner.
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
he looks like a refrigerator.
DJ Khaled put on the hokas and did a light 15 this morning compared to Yasser at the fucking buffet at the Hilton.
A master fisher.
Unfortunately for our Persian friends, he's part of their hive, so maybe the tahdig is just too good. Jason, he can't resist the cherry rice, a third helping.
But also, if he really is a member of Persian hive, then he should know that, you know, they're the kings of Facetune, and we're not talking digital, we're talking analog.
That's a good point. That's a great
point.
Go
see my guy Dr. Gavami and start sculpting, bro. Start sculpting.
Yeah, the thought of him doing sponsored content for cool sculpting with a Persian doctor is very sick. But he's got a whole story about how he's like an upper middle class guy from Chicago, but like he's suffered because he's gay, and like he's Persian, but he's also Catholic. Like he just decided to become a Catholic.
What the hell? So he's kind of like a Persian Tim Dillon then.
By the way, oh shit! By the way, I thought I saw Tim Dillon this morning at Whole Foods, and then I looked. I was sure it was Tim Dillon. And then, but a mask on, so I couldn't tell. So that was one giveaway. Mm-hmm. But then I kept looking, and I noticed he was purchasing quite a lot of fresh fruit. And then I knew it was not Tim Dillon.
Yeah. If his shopping cart was filled with cassava root Cheez-Its, then that might signal that it is him. But a bunch of fresh fruit, probably not.
Yeah, I was disappointed, but
in the way that he uses the fact that he's gay as like a qualifier to be able to do and say all these things.
Choosing to become a Catholic is insane. Anybody who discovers religion as an adult that's an extreme red flag. That's an extreme red flag if you lean into religion. Like the only way you should be religious is if your parents force you to be. That's the only pass I'm giving for religious beliefs. Except for, of course, for Judaism. That's a whole different thing because that's cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. But also Yeah, I mean, I don't know any Persian people who are Catholic. That seems like a calculated decision.
No, it's a calculated decision. It's like he wanted to be. It sounds like he wanted to have something else to be like, I'm being persecuted for this, you know, and it's like, well, bro, you kind of you chose, you know, it's like I don't know, man. You don't. This wasn't like you weren't you know, molested as an altar boy because your parents forced you to go and then look the other way.
If you came out the womb, he was probably Muslim. That religion rules, man.
Lots of cool stuff there.
You get to do a bunch of cool shit.
I agree.
Being Catholic, where's the fun in that?
I don't even know a lot of Catholics, if I'm keeping it 1K. Yeah, imagine if I just came to you and was like, yeah, man, I've decided to, you know, I've embraced Catholicism, and this is kind of where I'm going. Our podcast schedule, unfortunately, is going to have to change because of my mass schedule. Just want to keep you posted on where I'm at. You'd be like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm a pretty open-minded fella, and I wouldn't allow that.
You are a really open-minded guy.
You can only be Christian, Jewish, or Muslim on this podcast, Chris. You know that.
I'd prefer Muslim or Jewish only, if I'm being honest. But I mean,
sure.
I guess we have to be open.
Thank God we're not religious.
Being religious is the lamest thing you can possibly be. Like, there's nothing more uncool besides G-Eazy. G-Eazy and religion are equally uncool at the top of the list for me.
G-Eazy is the Christianity of rappers.
Damn, really makes you think, though.
I'm going on my missionary trip to the Yay.
Yeah, I'm out here. I'm at Barney's getting a leather jacket. That's my missionary trip.
So actually, by the time this episode comes out, which I guess today is Friday, I will technically be in the city of New York, Chris.
Big TJ touching down the apple of the city so nice they named it twice. He better, I mean, look, I know you have to go up to Harlem to tap in with Jim Jones first. And then I know you got a couple banker buddies you tap in with for Midtown. But then downtown, I mean, Jason says I'm not there, obviously. You know what I mean?
What am I going to do?
It's an interesting conundrum that you're faced with. Who to tap in with to make sure you're good in the East Village. If you have any candidates, you know, if you need me to make some introductions.
I think I'm all set.
Okay.
I think, well, it is tough. It is, you know, it is a problem that nobody really seems to mind, but it is a real problem for, you know, elite podcasters, I guess, is like if you are going to be in a major metropolitan city like LA or New York, and you do go visit that, you know, especially when we're coming out of the pod and enjoying our solitude and meditative time, you know, how much are you going to go tear up the city, you know, the way that we would, like if I go to New York in my 20s, I'm just saying yes to everything. Where are we going? Let's do it. I'm down to do everything. And now,
hell yeah, Jason's doing ketamine this weekend, baby. I love to hear it.
Now, obviously, much more selective.
Come on, bro. Don't be a pussy. Call Paul. Get some ketamine and go to some gay shit and turn up, bro. That's what you need to do.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that I will do.
For your soul to heal, you need a true New York night, I think, that includes drugs and alcohol.
I was bummed because friend of the show, Sean Glass, hit me up and said he has an activation that's happening, but it's the day before I arrive. And I don't know. I tried to see about changing my flight, but it wasn't working out.
Would you be willing? Would you be willing to take off your shoes though to enter his crib or not?
Well, I mean, thank God I know that now because of, you know, the internet that's that rule. So I would plan accordingly, of course.
So you could wear your $50 Capital socks that you had special made in a 17 that have the bandana on the heel.
Well, I think what I would do is I would show up with my JW mules, but then I would bring my open house booty covers as to not disrespect his pergo flooring.
Wait, yeah, it'd actually be cooler if we showed up to his house and just had those like the things you put on your feet on set. You know, you cover your shoes.
Yeah,
so you
that's
don't
what
get
I'm.
this.
Yeah, the open house booties. That's the same exact thing.
Oh, open. I'm sorry. I'm not as familiar with the real. I'm not in the real.
You're more in the creative. You know,
I'm sorry.
you're on set more, and I'm on stage more. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah,
just a little staging term. But yeah, I don't know
Community
why
theater
Sean
stage is about
no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about staging a home virtually or physically, whatever you want to do. But why doesn't Sean just do that? Why doesn't Sean? I know you're listening. Go on Amazon.com. Use my promo code if you want. I have Prime. You can use it. I know you're rich, but maybe you don't. Maybe I could see him being a person who's anti Prime. You know, he doesn't want to support Bezos, but go cop the 50 pack of those booties. I'm sure it's $7.99, and then there's no problems. Then you won't be attacked in the comments. Just something to grow on.
I think he likes the haters, and I get it. All right. Well, first of all, you know, just FYI, cigarettes are much more expensive there, so I'd say buy a carton of the American Spirits here before you go throw it in your Toomey.
Way ahead of you, bro. Way ahead of you. But thank you. That's a good tip. I plan on copping up the carton, you know, at some point in the next 48 hours.
Thank God. And you know, the flight, Jason, it's you know, it's not short. So I would maybe think about
I have flown to New York about, you know, not as much as you, but
Jason,
you know.
Jason, it's been a long time, bro. I'm just trying to make sure you're ready. This isn't. I'm not. No shots. Like I just think you should.
Okay. You're right.
I think you should
bad.
try. I mean, what time is your flight? Is it in the morning or in the afternoon or the evening? What are we looking at?
I got an 11:15 a.m., which will allow me
choice.
some time. Well, I did
choice.
it a little bit later. I'll be arriving late and popping, you know, from JFK straight to what's it called? Chervos?
Servos.
Chervo. I'll be going to Chervos straight with my Toomey in hand.
Oh God. Okay. If anybody lives near Dimes Square, can you actually, Sam Hine, can you meet Jason there and escort his suitcase to your house just so no one sees him with the Toomey? If you could, that'd be great. Thank you.
It is a plain black suitcase, Chris. There's no shiny silver Rimowa shit that I need to hide.
Look, hold on. I'm sorry. This Toomey, look, it's fine. What's your carry-on situation? You taking the custom How Long Gone boat and tote that I made you, or something a little smaller?
Well, I wish I could take. Yeah, you gifted me the LL Bean oversized tote, which
TJ size,
which is something that at first I saw it and I was like, this is amazing, LOL, and then I was like, this is kind of it's truly huge. It's like too big. It's comically large, but then it ended up being very, very helpful, and I use it all the time. It's great. I could fit so much shit in there, but I think it's too big as like a tote bag for carrying on. Like I wish I could do it, but it just straight up won't fit anywhere. It's
no,
huge.
I know. Coach, the overhead bins in Coach are a little small, so I understand that. So it's fine. I don't blame you at all.
Don't. So I'll have to use a standard size tote bag.
Okay, well, if in that tote bag there's enough room for at least one book you won't read, your laptop, charger, your podcast.
Actually,
stand.
you know what? I might bring. I have a one of one custom distressed Arc'teryx backpack that I got from friend of the show, Sam Jane. So maybe like I thankfully I've graduated from, you know, backpack at the airport with laptop inside.
Bro, don't lie. Arc'teryx ain't in case, bro. Don't get it twisted.
I know. Well, exactly why I'm considering it. But you know, I used to, as a DJ back in the day, you know, you would have your DJ backpack and it had all of your equipment and all of your things in it, and it had all these, you know, useful pouches, and it was dorky. It was not chic or cool, but it worked. It's just like when you're in middle school, do you want to have the rolly bag that saves your lower lumbar, or do you want to carry, you know, all of your books in your hand and then a pencil behind your ear? You're going to get your dick sucked more doing that, but it'll end up hurting you in the long run. So I might bring the Arc'teryx backpack with the laptop sleeve in it. You know, it's still early days on what.
No, I understand. I want to help you with this because I think that like you always have to bring a book even though you're not going to read it, because that I understand.
Of course.
Obviously,
even I do that.
Obviously, your chargers and your podcast equipment, as we won't be missing a show even though you'll be out of town.
That's right.
But I wanted to talk. I mean, I think that there's something I need you to stay both satiated hunger wise and thirst wise on the plane. So obviously you'll be bringing your How Long Gone Nalgene full of Berkey filtered water to LAX.
Clearly.
But I think this is an opportunity to, you know, can you bring a bag of Quinn's gluten-free peanut butter pretzels on the plane and not eat the whole bag? Is that possible for you?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me? But also,
I was just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, that is truly, truly impossible, because when I'm on the plane and I got Sex in the City 2, where the girls go to Dubai, pulled up on my Delta in-air flight entertainment. The snacking does not stop until
Snacking don't stop.
The snacking, it is It is a well-oiled machine of feeding.
Yeah, it's a feeding time for baby TJ.
I mean, and that's how it is for almost everyone. But the problem, but when
not me.
Yet.
The plane is not. The plane is a sanctuary for
Chris
meditation.
ain't playing on the plane, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not. No, the plane is a sanctuary for deep thought, getting some work done. And if I'm feeling absolutely insane, maybe I'll have a Biscoff, but I hate to do that. I obviously hate to do that. But if I feel like I'm going to throw up from not eating, I will have a Biscoff.
Okay. Well, actually, it's funny because I have a full sleeve of Biscoff at the crib right now. So what if I show up to the Delta terminal?
Damn.
I'm already, and I have the Biscoff on from my wrist to my elbow as if it were a stack of 5s and 10s, just Biscoffs lined up, and they're like, oh, okay, somebody planned ahead.
This is a very good idea to show up with your own Biscoff. I feel like the flight attendant would just be thrown. Like they ain't seen these before.
Does not compute. Yeah, I think that the last time I was flying with Quins, it was when we were going to Indianapolis, and you brought the bag of Quins. And you gifted me that. It really lifted my spirits since we were at the airport, at probably 7 a.m. I needed a little pick-me-up. But then when we were at 30,000 feet and I was scarfing away like the long heifer that I am, it was starting to be a lot. Like if you eat a whole bag to the face in 5 minutes, it's a salt bomb, it's a bloat bomb, and it leaves you feeling unwell.
I wouldn't do it before a photo shoot.
That's for damn sure. Yeah, I think, I always wonder what the plane snack is going to be. Luckily, with that time frame, I don't know if I'll need one, but it will be dinner time when I'm in the air. So
I like to bring a sensible prepared salad, something that is good, relatively light. Erewhon has a great vegan Caesar I would recommend for the plane.
Okay.
Nice crunch to it. If you get it the night before and you keep it in the fridge, it's kind of ready to go. The other option I would like, sometimes if I must, is a little vegetarian sushi option.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So maybe an avocado roll and some Inari pockets. You know what I mean? For the plane is a nice snack.
That's good. That's good. But the problem, I don't want to eat sushi on the plane. I don't know, something about.
Well, I wouldn't look. I'm not eating nigiri, bro. I'm not. Look, I get it.
Sure.
But I think that's why I would say vegetarian only.
Desperate times, I get that. But I think the problem is when I'm on a plane, I kind of want to do comfort eating. I need a crunch. I need a salty crunch, and I need it to kind of happen as long as I need it to happen for.
Well, unfortunately, Jason, this sounds like that. From what I'm hearing from you, it sounds like your only option is Quins. Is what you're describing to me. It's like you're backing yourself into the Quins spot.
The shit's sold out at Whole Foods every time I go, bro. I send them a DM. They're sending me the pack, but I don't know if it's going to be here in time.
That's the gone effect, baby. You can't can't get D's.
So I'll probably bring a healthy snack chip of some kind, and then it's a Hail Mary wild card. But do I bring a JJ?
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, look, let me say this. The answer is, of course, yes. The issue is, I think the distribution of the salt and vinegar Jimmy John's in-house chip onto the vessel on the plane, a little much. And the smell of salt and vinegar chips could be offensive to you. Back there in row 36, you guys are kind of on top of each other. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want your neighbor to kind of.
I'm exit row, bro. I'm exit row.
Yeah, exit row 36. I just don't want. I don't want your neighbor to become offended at the smell.
No, you're absolutely true about that. That is the smell. I mean, because I'll ask your professional opinion. Is it worth it to JJ without the chip inside? Is that?
I would say yes. I would say.
Oh, it is. Okay. In a dire emergency,
yes.
like
the other option, Jason. But the other option, Jason, is to purchase the plain chip, so you still achieve that crunch without that pesky scent.
Yeah.
Not the same, but it still achieves.
When you say a plane, do you mean PALIN or PAPLANE?
Funny you say that. Funny you say that, Jason. Great question, and I mean plain as in flavor. Just a salt based, a Lay's type chip.
An odorless offering.
Because I've told this story in the podcast before about when I sat next to I have two stories of plain food. One, I sat next to a teenager who brought out an entire Ziploc bag full of cooked bacon, and ate that the whole flight. And then the other time, I mean, this has happened to a few people, I'm sure, but in New York, a person pulled out a full bagel and lox, capers, cream cheese, raw onion platter. Like, had built it all at home, pulled it out, and reassembled it on the plane. And people don't seem to care. I'm literally having a fucking meltdown. I'm so mad about this, and other people don't seem to be bothered by it.
Yeah, I think the amount of people, I think the plane meltdown for that type of stuff. There's probably the top three. There's the stinky food. There is the bare feet being exposed, typically, up on the ledge or whatever like that. And then I don't know. The third one is maybe like baby crying. Like, those are things that
see,
I remember.
actually, that's funny you say that. Baby crying
okay.
Absolutely does not bother me because I know that's out of the control of the person.
Right.
Like, there's no control over that. That's going to happen. I think that when people get mad about that, it's actually insane. It really bothers me. Obviously, the parent is doing their best, and it's a stressful situation, and I could never let that bother me.
Wow, a rare moment of empathy from Chris. I like it.
Bringing smelly food, that is jailable, and not wearing shoes, I mean, look, it's gross, but that's kind of on you, Chief. If you want to stand in piss, that's on you, bro. I don't care.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is, it's not so much you, it's how your behaviors and actions are affecting those
Others
around you. We don't wear the mask to prevent me from getting COVID. We wear the mask so the other people around us don't get COVID.
We don't wear the mask because COVID is over. I agree. I understand. I understand what you're saying. Jason, June 15th, you're going to be in New York for the unveiling, bitch. You're going to let that snowls breathe on Houston.
My snowls. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to experience it in LA, in New York, and in Mexico, all in the same fortnight, which is exciting. But the point that I was trying to make, that you were sort of making for me as well, is I think all of those things are things that people used to really get peeved about. People really used to get peeved about the baby crying, and then after a while, people are like, well, like, you're kind of a dick if you get mad about it, because, like, what are you going to do? This is something, when I flew all the time in my 20s, like, constantly flying, I used to think about it. I would just sit there and just listening to a baby cry and think of, like, I was like trying to solve this problem. Like, how can we fix this? And there's no real solution, because I was thinking, in my early 20s, I didn't really have any experience, with child care.
Bitch, you still don't have any experience with child care unless you got something to tell me.
But is there like, obviously it's inhumane to silence a baby crying with physical actions. Like, you can't put your hand over a baby's mouth while it's crying to silence it, or can you? I would wager that in my mind of, like, would it be so bad if a mom was to do something to physically at least damper the sound of it? Obviously, you're not going to, like, beat the child until it stops crying.
Well,
or you're not going to put a bag over its head or something like that. But, like, would, kind of gently cupping the mouth area of your child.
Jason, what the fuck are you, bro? You need to stop smoking weed, bro. You need to stop smoking weed, because I know what you're going to do on the plane. Actually, why am I even thinking of this? You're going to just eat so many gummies, you're going to be zooted.
That's right. That's just a given.
By the way, I'm sorry. Go ahead with your absolutely insane theory of covering a baby's mouth while they're crying. Please continue to dig yourself into this hole.
I'm saying that, yes, of course, that is obviously insane. So no one's going to do that. There's no the end of that story is I was never able to find a solution to this problem. Which comes as no surprise to anyone.
Great, thank you for that.
But with the other problem is more so the other things, the offensive things, the bare feet, the food on the plane. Of, like, why aren't we being hyper vigilant about these things? And I think it's just because we've all been beaten down by the mediocrity of
society,
the society, the mouth breathing flyover state. People have just like, well, the first time I saw my neighbor's seat putting his bare feet up on his serving tray while I'm eating my meal. At the the first time that happened, I was smoke was coming out of my ears, fuming. And then now you're kind of desensitized to it. And now you're also desensitized to people eating stinky ass food on the plane. When you saw that guy pull out a Ziploc bag full of bacon and then systematically devour it over a course of multiple hours, if you saw that 20 years ago on the plane, you would be like, what in the actual fuck is happening? And now you're just like, yeah, I mean, here's just shitty people being shitty again. I'm used to it. We need more people to be vigilant about this.
It's not going to happen, bro. Even less so now. Now the only thing people want to be vigilant about is checking a fucking vaccine card or if you're wearing a mask or not. You know, this is the most vigilant people have ever been in their lives, and it had to take the threat of death for that to happen.
But now you kind of look like a crazy person, or at least somebody who needs to just chill if you're the type of person that talks about it all the time and says like, I feel like I'm taking my crazy pills. This person is, eating a tuna sandwich next to me. It's just like, it's tough.
I mean, look, I don't even want to smell a tuna sandwich in a restaurant. So I mean, much less on a plane. It's all disgusting. I was going to say though, I had, I was, I see you eating these gummies all the time and getting zooted, and I'm a little jealous. I can't lie. You know what I mean? I'm a little jealous. Obviously, I can't participate in this weed-laced gummy trend. And then I saw something. I saw a.
If it was up to me, I'd be chiefing a nice pre-roll on the plane instead of eating a gummy.
But yeah,
obviously that's fully illegal.
But I got put on. I was talking to Melanie from Gia yesterday, and there is that brand A system that makes they make like a really chic looking like CBD roll on, like post sport kind of thing. They make a relaxation gummy that has no weed in it and no CBD
either.
No. I'm gonna, and I think I might cop up and give them a try because this recessed powder, I've never slept better in my life, bro.
Really?
Like I've never. It's amazing. Like I'm absolutely every night, like post workout, like relaxes my muscles. I sleep like a fucking log. Wake up feeling refreshed. So I'm interested in delving more deeply into this relaxation world that is weed and CBD free.
Okay, if there's no THC or CBD in it, then do you know what the active ingredients are that make you
Bro, I don't
chill?
fucking know. I don't care. Whatever. Like magnesium, fucking, I don't know. Like lion's mane.
Don't bring up lion's mane unless you're mentioning the fine people at Laird's Superfood.
Oh, I apologize. But yeah, so I'm gonna cop these. They're a little pricey, I gotta say, but can you put a price on your health, Jason? I don't know if you can.
The problem for me, this more than anyone, like the tolerance levels, once you've seen the business end of 30 milligrams of CBD straight to the fucking dome, you're like, I don't know how much, a spoonful of magnesium is going to move my chains,
You think that, bro, but as a person who's done more drugs than you, and I stopped 5 years ago, I still think it would.
I know.
Well, also I think I think it's just a different thing. You know what I mean? I think that's the other problem. I think, and this is where my head is too. I think comparing it to drugs is a mistake.
Smart.
You have to think of it more as like a recovery vitamin type beat.
This ain't drugs.
Yeah, this ain't drugs. Because also, I think it would be unhealthy for me to consider that drugs or start to think of it that way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like
it's a gateway drug to drugs.
Exactly. What if? Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like I was telling Alex the story of I can't remember who it was, the comedian who relapsed on dog Vicodin. Because it was just like in the house. You know what I mean? It's the same. I mean, it's obviously just the same thing.
Take it from me, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I know you've been snorting beans, Xannies.
If the pill bottle is green, that doesn't deter me.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Are the pill bottles not orange in Dogland?
Yeah, the dog pills are typically in a green bottle. It hit the same. Yeah, so New York, if you are listening to this and you live in New York and you are a close friend, hopefully I will hang out with you, but there's only so much time, and of course I'll be working the whole time as well, but I'll be making a little bit of time to build with
you
people.
You can catch Jason at all Chris's favorite hotspots. He'll be at Abrazo tapping in for a cold brew. He'll be at he'll be at Barry's Boot Camp, NoHo, Tread 20. You can catch him there. The Sweet Green across from Noah. You already know he's going to be there.
Absolutely.
Other hotspots. I mean, I don't know, the Van Leeuwen on 7th Street. If you're feeling crazy,
I'm not going to go to Van Leeuwen. I did try to weasel my way into getting a weekly guest pass for Equinox there, but they said due to COVID that they're not currently
all these cheap
granting
fucks.
those day passes.
We're done blaming COVID, guys. The game is up. You fucking corporations. No more COVID blaming.
There's only a week to go until they're grip is released on our necks, Chris.
I know, it's true. It's true. I mean, I can't wait. As you know, we will be doing a How Long Gone mask burning IG live. So tune in for that. It will be, unfortunately, it is a $25 ticket price. But
we don't believe in Patreon, but that one will cost money.
Yeah, it's more of a kink for some people, so you have to charge for sex stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not hot if you don't have to pay for it. You don't understand.
Exactly. I can't wait, though. I really cannot wait for the Jason Dime Square review. I need you at Servos. I need you picking up a drunken canal from the box. You know what I mean?
All this stuff is going to be going down.
I need you having that creepy sea algae martini, if they still have that, at Dimes.
Of course.
At Dimes. So I can't wait. Get the slushy on the corner there. I would love to see you sipping a coconut or watermelon slushy.
Yeah, you have to tell me which skaters to fuck at Tompkins as well.
No, hey, bro, no problem. You'll be able to tell. The bigger the pants, you know what that means. Evan Mock is there. I don't know if he's your type. I don't know if you like pink hair, really, but you're a big Hawaii guy.
He's not my type, and he knows why.
Damn, I thought you would let Evan Mock 360 flip into the pussy, but I guess not.
Oh shit,
bro, he's on Gossip Girl, dog. That's different. He ain't just a skater. He's a skater / actor.
Yeah, I'm aware. We're all aware, Chris, of
I'm
Evans.
just letting you know. I don't work for Big Mock. I'm not on the payroll at Mock Industries.
If he was on the original iteration of Gossip Girl, sure, that's one thing.
We know you would let problematic Chuck Bass hit.
I'll start sucking. One night in Chuck, I'll buy a first class ticket.
One night in Chuck sounds like you're making burgers. So I don't I like my Chuck brown, bro.
Yes. Hopefully the rain has stopped and I'll be able to just cruise around with my shorts on all day long. I'm going to have to, but since my Equinox membership will not be active that week, I'm going to have to do my calorie burning just walking around town. One of my favorite exercises to do.
Yeah, that doesn't count, but sure. Yeah, man.
What do you mean
bro?
It doesn't count? Calories is calories, bitch.
I know. I mean, yeah, of course. Walking.
If you walk 10 miles, that ain't bad.
No. I'm kidding. That's not bad. But you should be able to. I mean, luckily, group fitness is available, Jason. So just think about that.
I'll see if I could bring a kettlebell on the check-in.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Or maybe I'll see if my hotel concierge service can acquire a 45 from me.
You're going to be doing Turkish get-ups, in the middle of Soho.
TripAdvisor will get a very positive review. Let's just say that.
Okay, TJ, wonderful podcasting
Before we're done, Chris, we do have a Mud announcement to make. If you are listening to this podcast, that means Mud 2.0, our canned snap chilled coffee that you guys all know and love. It was some time ago where that came out, and it sold out very quickly, and we thank all of you guys for purchasing that. And we ended up making a 2.0. There's a brand new label designed by a friend of the show, the God Sam Jane, and we ended up making a lot more coffee, thousands and thousands of cans this time, because we want to make sure that everyone has a chance to sip.
The demand seemed high. You'll be able to cop it on the Elemental Beverage Co. website, of course, direct. It'll ship to your door. It's available once again in LA at Burger Lords, in New York at Alimenti Flaneur, at the Essex Market. Shout out to our dog. It's available again at Wild Air as well, and we got a few in Homecoming in Greenpoint. And I think we got some new spots coming as well.
That's right.
So we'll keep you posted. Keep fucking tune in. You know what I mean, Jason? Just stay tuned.
Yeah, and just from our friends over at Tinker, he let us know. Of course, you can enjoy the mud at any moment, and it is always delicious. But this particular blend of beans, he said, is best served ice cold. So if you're going to be drinking it on a hot, muggy day, don't be afraid to pour it over a glass full of ice.
Of course, make sure the ice is either made from Mud 2.0 or it is filtered. It is filtered water.
Yeah.
I would hate for you to use some flyover state tap to pollute our beautiful cold bean.
And if you want to cut it with a little bit of whole milk, that's even better for it.
Okay, yeah, your choice. Okay, thank you all. Thank you, TJ, as always. Have a safe flight. I will update everyone on my weekend excursion on the next episode of the show.
Okay.
Namaste, bitch. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm around you, baby. Can't understand what I feel when I'm around you, baby.